Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ohana, where we present again this TVP match. Last game was so good, we decided that we make it a best of three between Jooby spawning as the red Terran in the bottom, and we have the Tempest yellow Protoss spawning in the top.
Yes, last game was actually quite nice, and well, it's a good decision from us to make this a best of three, I think, because yeah, I felt like Juby loves to play. Tempest wants his revenge, so why don't we make it a best of three?
Well, it's good that at least we agree with our own decisions, and well, yeah, Tempest lost, so he's up 0-1 right now. But it looked like he could definitely take that game. Where well, we see some very strange rally points going on there for that scouting probe. But it's also very nice to have the best of three because now the players know a bit about each other. They have seen their build. It was quite a standard build last time. So when the best of three, of course, you really hope that the one player will react to that, respond to it intelligently, and really tailor his play to that of his opponent.
Yes, and by the way, the barracks of Juby is built quite far from his mineral line. I'm not quite sure why he does that, because we just saw that the probe of Tempest was harassing the SCV of Juby, and you need to decide for yourself what you're going to do. Or you're going to wall off, so build the barrack at the ramp right here, or if you're going to build the barrack quite near to your mineral line, so these kinds of harassment can be quicker be hauled off. So actually that's a very tiny mistake, I think.
Well, we call it a mistake. It's of course a minor annoyance, but yes, you are quite right. It doesn't serve a purpose quite yet,
Mhm.
and it's always nice if your building placement, everything can have its role and its function. So
Yes,
yeah, if you're aware of that, that would be good.
yeah, but because Tempest is building everything near to his mineral line, and let's see. Oh no,
Well, the Protoss of course doesn't have the problem of SCV's building, but
no, but
let's see. I think we have both players actually going for the same build again. We have quite a low energy on Tempest's Nexus, and we have the expansion going down for Juby. So he's sticking to his guns. He's sticking to the build that he knows best, and Juby checking for an expansion there, but it's not quite there yet.
hmm yes, but if you are building closer to your mineral line, the probe takes less time to travel, and meanwhile he could get some minerals. So
Of course, yes, that is quite true.
yeah. And also another thing, you don't need to follow an SCV or probe or whatsoever who's incoming if it's not annoying you. Because why would you follow it? You could. It's better for you to just gather minerals.
Yeah, so you're saying you're not quite sure why Tempest is following the
No,
SCV
but
around,
we see it many
but
times that people do it, but it absolutely makes no sense to do.
oh, but look, we have a Zealot walking in, and I don't think it was supposed to be there, and it does almost no damage to these Marines, and that is a heavy investment right there. So Tempest is just a bit out of focus, but now Juby loses his SCV. Well, I trade an SCV for a Stalker any time of the day,
A
but
zealot.
oh, sorry, yes, a Zealot. But well, in any case, Tempest still going for quite a defensive, oh sorry, not defensive, but a very greedy build actually. Just one Stalker, and that's also why it's so crucial that well, he really didn't want to lose that Zealot.
hmm
And well, he did, but it doesn't look like Juby is pushing out soon. I think he will wait for the 10-minute push with two Manifex to do that, as we saw last game.
Yes, he needs something. He needs something like Medivacs or Vision on the high ground, because it's hard to engage on the second ramp in this map. Sentries are already coming out, and you can easily wall up the ramp and let the stalkers or your zealots do the rest.
Yeah, that's true. But of course, a push is not necessarily to kill your opponent. It might also be just to scout or to take map control. And with the Zealot killed and the very defensive build, the greedy build from Tempest, then I would really like Jooby to move out with a couple of Marines.
Hmm.
Really, that zealot kill enables him to do that.
That's true, that's true. And you also need that zealot to protect your probe if you would prefer a proxy pilot somewhere. You need the stalker and the zealot to protect your probe versus a Terran player.
Yep. Meanwhile, we have 4 barracks, and will we see? I suspect to see starport quite soon now. Yes, there it is.
Hmm.
And
I think he.
so basic push with stim, with combat shield, and of course that's not on the way yet, but I'm expecting that it will be. And some medeffects, I don't think he will be able to afford the weapons upgrade because he's going for 4 barracks instead of 3.
Mhm.
But in any case, it's a nice push and it has a lot of units. Meanwhile, though, for Tempest, a war prison coming up.
Okay, yeah, and I think Jooby will move out again when his starport is finished and he has got some medevacs. So I think it's about the 10-minute mark again. But I think this observer from Tempest, what is he seeing? He's seeing the he's seeing the transmission right now. Starport will be added to this reactor.
There we see immediately 2 medevacs going down. Finishing the medevacs will prompt Jooby to move out. Meanwhile, though, we have the war prism going up, but this might actually not be the best timing yet.
Maybe
If we can just wait
Uh-huh.
until he moves out, but actually the path will cross,
Oh
and now
no.
Jooby will see the war prism if he's paying attention. And
Oh,
let's see what his army is doing. Is he responding in any way?
I don't know yet. No, he's not
No,
responding. So he's
isn't.
going to drop some zealots, and I think he's going to warp at some zealots anyway. He's getting some SCV skills, and this will delay the push of Jooby. So he's buying time right now to finish his Colossus, and he will have a better a better time to defend on his turn.
And Jooby stims just to take out the Tempest, but it looks like it will get away, and
Yes, it does.
that's actually quite bad for Jooby. He could have seen it coming, but too bad he didn't. And I do feel though that for Tempest he could have waited just a little bit until the army was moving out, which it would right now, I suppose. But in any case, it did what he wanted it to do, namely to put the Terran back, of course to do damage as he could, but also to prevent that attack from happening right
Yes.
now. And now that gives him the chance to actually get a Colossus up, which is quite soon.
But how does he know this? He's building a Viking. Does he know about the Colossus? Did we miss something, or is he just feeling it? Let me take a check on that, because I don't believe. Yes, he has seen the Robotnik facility. Okay, so he could suggest that there are Colossi out. That's true.
Yeah, he just saw saw it with the scan, and now his factory is spotting the 3rd going down, which is what he's doing. Oh, and it's a very nice move. Again, we see a 2-pronged attack, 2 manifacts loaded with units, and units that are going to harass the 3rd, and I would like it
Yes,
to happen simultaneously, but that might be a bit hard to do.
but Tempest is having not enough units to deal with the army, so he has to sacrifice his third anyway, and hopefully he's not taking a lot of damage on his probes and stuff like that. He might lose the Nexus if he's not careful. No, he's
Well,
going
actually,
for
the robotics base being targeted, but also the 3rd is under attack, and I think Jooby is just going to pick up and leave here, and he took down the 3rd. Very nice. Now he needs to leave with those manufacturers. He did take down the robotics
Wow.
facility. They, I should say, and this has done everything he wanted. He took down all the probes here at the main. He took out the robotics, so no more Colossus in production, and both armies could retreat. This was the perfect attack. This was what he wanted to do in the first game.
Yes, this was
Brilliant.
the best he could hope for. Yeah, well done by Jooby. What can I say?
Yes, and there we have. That's the danger, of course, if you go for a Colossus build, a low unit build with lots of tech. I mean, the Templar are already there, no Storm yet, but that really does leave your bases so vulnerable to this kind of attack, because it's an army that doesn't split up well. And now we have the 3rd going down again for Tempest. He's not out of the game yet, but this was a severe blow.
And Meanwhile, something else I see, which I'm just wondering, he's upgrading Storm to get more splash damage, but he's having an army composition which will not work because his zealot will be charged in, and then he will throw some storms down, or it has to be a defensive storm. That's the only thing he can use it for, because otherwise he will storm his own zealot. Okay, these guys are strong, but you will do that. You're not able. You don't want to do damage to your own unit. So I would rather say go for more colossi and maybe some stalkers to snipe some Vikings or whatsoever. Get your observer in place to see what the army composition is of Jooby. He doesn't have any Vikings or whatsoever, so he needs actually zealots and colossi. That's everything he needs right now. So the storm to me is not that of a wise decision.
Yeah, I think you're right. You're pointing out an inconsistency here between in his army composition, and as we actually also saw a bit of an inconsistency between his army and the way he was taking the bases, because they couldn't. His army wasn't equipped to defend everything at once. But of course, it's up to Jooby to take advantage of that, and that he did. So I suppose props for him for doing that.
But there are some things which will save Tempest, because he's upgrading weapons upgrade 3 and the armor level 3. That's quite a big deal, because this Colossus will do a lot of splash damage to the bio army of Jooby.
Yeah, especially because Jooby is really behind in upgrades. He's only just 1-1. And does he have any air upgrades? Well, no. Actually, no air upgrades and none incoming either. Does he even have an armory? Yes, he does. So he could research it, but well,
and
not
no.
quite
But
coming down
meanwhile,
yet.
we also see that Tempest is choosing for Blink. In my opinion, it could be better to have more sentries and upgrade illusion as a buffer to absorb damage. So
But let's face it, Tempest is just picking every upgrade that's possible,
yes.
and he's taking it. And of course, I like that it's better to downgrade than to upgrade, so to say. But
Yeah, okay, but he needs he has enough minerals, so he needs a lot of zealots, I would say. Only one Colossus here.
But now he's going to be able to show us will he get the perfect engagement. The Colossus going down so fast, and we have some EMPs. Still a nice storm though, but two hitting zealots as well. Will it be enough? Will we get another storm that for Tempest? He really needs a storm, and there is a nice one.
Wow.
Can he get another one? There is another really clutch storm, and the planetary under attack, another nice storm. And so these Templars do pay off in the end. Another storm, and well, the planetary fortress does get repaired, and it does take down this army. But wow, he really showed us the power of those storms. But now his army is in retreat, and of course Jooby can replenish. But there are a lot of ghosts incoming.
Very nice.
Look at an EMP. He needs to micro this army. He needs to retreat to the planetary fortress where he can defend.
I hope he retreats his zealots back to because this is a bad place to engage. No, he doesn't.
Wow, that was a really bad place to engage with those zealots, because they got attacked by the planetary and couldn't do the full damage. But still, more and then stalkers going up as well. This I like much better as an army composition. And let's see now. Actually, Tempest ahead in food. Well, it was behind, of course, for the last 10 minutes.
Actually, he has one here, because this is just about the fact that he traded armies, and he was able to replenish faster than Jooby. So actually, what he did, it doesn't get the best tactics award or whatsoever, but it's functional in this game.
Yeah, I do think the storms were really nice. He obviously dealt with that before, and Jooby couldn't get out quite in time, and that leads to this result, with Tempest being on 149 food, and Jooby only on 130.
But meanwhile now, his army composition of Tempest is better because of the Blink Stalkers, and he's using the storms for splash damage, so he dropped the Colossus. So let's see how many Vikings Jooby has. 3, and these Vikings are out of play. Um, so
Yeah, I do like that Juby doesn't have
mhm.
10 or something, but his 2-2 just finished, so this army will be a bit stronger than it was a minute ago. But 3-3 is already done for this quite scary Zealot army, and the 4th base coming down. I like that quite a bit. And Tempest just now, this attack is not really to finish the game, but it is to keep the Terran in his base.
Wow.
But out. Oh, there's a lot of Archons. And that is a very nice composition.
Yes, and he can engage here. Let's see. Oh, the goats are going to close.
And will he get
Yes.
the EMPs off? Of course, he wants to EMP those Archons so badly, but EMP is not quite hitting what he wants them to hit. But wow, this is really tense. But look how small that army is for Tempest. More units moving down though, but I wouldn't give him a chance in a fair fight against this army from.
And
from
also,
Tempest.
I would like to see him harassing this factory because he can pick it up for free. But let's see. Oh, I had something to prepare a drop. If he engages right now, he would be in a perfect spot.
Oh, and the blink up in
superb.
the main. This is really strong. Now suddenly all the Zealots get EMP'd, but it doesn't really matter because this is such a strong army, and all the units are getting, well, they're getting sliced. And
what about this drop meanwhile?
And,
it's going to reach the base.
The drop is strong. It all depends. Is Tempest, has he morphed in units, or is he waiting for that? Otherwise he can just morph them in, warp them in his own base. Let's see what he does there. I don't think he actually has warp gates. If he do it now, he warps in. Those are a lot of Zealots.
Yes, taking pilots now.
But they, yeah, very nice taking pilots down. The Zealots, of course, can't really engage in that army, but meanwhile, Tempest army is raging through Jooby's main, clearing up the natural.
It's gonna be GG soon, I think.
It must be GG soon. We have 77 food dropping for Jooby and 195 for Tempest. Nice micro on that army, but it's whittled down to only 4 units. And that won't last very long.
Single ghost being a hero.
Yeah, he was just being vindictive. He was just, okay, well, I still have bullets, I will shoot, but got him killed by an Archon. GG from Jooby.
Follow MessyCast on Twitter, Facebook and YouTube to increase your chance to get a replay with our casters MessyBigBird and MessyOD for free. See you guys in StarCraft 2 and keep on playing.